I'm Andrea Obey, and I am in the EDM 310 class at the University of South Alabama. And I am interviewing my mother, Janet Obey, and she's been a teacher for almost 32 years. And she is at Sims Middle School. And I just want to ask her a few questions and about her being a teacher and why she incorporated technology and how she became a teacher. And here we go. Why did you become a teacher? What inspired you?
My mother. I grew up in around and with the public schools in Mississippi. My mother taught for 37 years, and growing up, I lived and worked with her, and just lived with a teacher. And it became part of my life, and I enjoy it. It is something that gives me pleasure, and I find enrichment with it, and she enjoyed it so much herself that it just became part of me and my sister's life to become a teacher. And I have enjoyed it as much as she did through the years, and she taught me how to become a better person by working with children, not only regular ed students, but with special ed students. And she was a special ed teacher and a regular ed teacher. And I just learned to enjoy being a teacher.
And what are the couple of the greatest challenges you've had as a teacher?
As a special ed teacher, I have the diversity of the children. Not only when you become a special ed teacher, you're given a list of students. You do not know these students. You are given their IEPs. You read their IEPs. Then, when the first day of school you show up. They show up. You start from scratch. I personally do not want to know what another teacher thinks of a child or how that child reacts to another teacher from the previous year, because that child is going to react differently to me. He's going to react differently to the surroundings of that classroom, to that school, to the children in the classroom. Sometimes they do rotate with other children, and sometimes children will have the same class with the same children, especially in that special ed program. But most of the time, there's a little bit of difference. They react differently to me, to the environment. So I have to work with that child and how I see them myself, and what their needs are, sometimes their IEP is cut and dried and tells you exactly what their issues are, what their rulings are, but that is not necessarily cut and dry. You have to take, sometimes that child works better in the environment that I've present to them, and they don't necessarily have the same issues that they had previous years. Sometimes they have different issues from different years. So you have to just take that child as they are.
How have you used Common Core standards in relation to special needs students?
Well, Common Core standards are not necessarily just meant or specifically for special ed students. Common Core standards are for all students. What you have to do is either modify or accommodate those Common Core standards for special ed students using their accommodations. You're not going to say that the Common Core standards are not going to be exactly, these are for special ed students. They're for all students. So you have to take those standards and you have to accommodate them or modify them for those students.
How have you incorporated technology in the classroom?
We use a smart board in my room. We have one of the great resources that I use in my classroom is Alabama Virtual Library. As a person that has worked in the state of Mississippi, we did not have that in Mississippi. Alabama has a great resource in Alabama Virtual Library. You can be connected to all types of resources that are available by grade level. The teachers can connect to it and use the resources that are available for classrooms. It is a great resource, and my students have used it to research topics, for reports, for projects.
Okay, well, thank you for interviewing with me today, and that's all. All right.
Thank you.